Welcome everybody. I'm Mishka Christie, a registered pharmacist here in Jamaica and also a health content creator. And today, myself and the Pharmaceutical Society of Jamaica are going to be sharing some information with you regarding asthma for World Asthma Day. In particularly, some myths surrounding the condition of asthma. But before we can get into the myths about asthma and the preconceived notions and this and that, we need to know what asthma is. So asthma is an illness that affects the lungs that can cause things like excess mucus production or the tightening of the airways that makes it hard to breathe, so causing things like shortness of breath and wheezing. So good, now that we covered asthma, let's get into the myths so we can debunk them with some facts. So the first myth we're going to look at is people with asthma should not be exercising, or they should avoid exercise. Now, this is just not true. In fact, exercise actually does improve some symptoms of asthma, and it actually is recommended for people with asthma to engage in some form of physical activity. Now, depending on the level you're at on the asthma scale, so to say, you might need medication before going into certain physical activity, but asthma does not prevent you from doing exercise, and it actually is recommended. The next myth we're going to look at is you can outgrow asthma. Now, even I was a bit blurry towards this one, but as it turns out, no, you cannot outgrow asthma. What might happen is someone might improve to the point of just not having any symptoms for just a very long time, extended period of time, so it just seems that they don't have asthma anymore, but it's still there, it's still in the bushes waiting and lurking. It might never come up, but it's still good for persons with asthma and in that condition to still get regular checkups to see how they're doing and if there's anything underlying happening. But yeah, you cannot outgrow asthma. The next myth we're going to look at is asthma medication stop working as well when you use it too long, or after a while it just kind of decreases in effectiveness. So asthma medication actually works the same once you use it properly and as directed. But if you realize that the asthma medication is not giving you steady or constant results, and it might be decreasing in effectiveness, or it just kind of hill and valley sometime, what you want to do is you want to make sure you go to your pharmacist to make sure that you're using the device properly, because sometimes this might be the issue. Sometimes you might be using it properly, sometimes it might not be, so that can be an issue. From there, if you're using the device properly, then they direct you to a doctor, because then it means that your asthma might be getting worse and you might need a step up in therapy. But the asthma medication itself works the same, so it's not decreasing in value or anything. If you realize a change, go to your pharmacist or your doctor. Dietary supplements can cure asthma. Now, when we're talking about our dietary supplements, we're talking about, those over-the-counter medication, like probably like a vitamin C or a turmeric or something like so. Those will not cure your asthma. But if you're on a prescribed medication, please stick with those for your asthma, because no, the over-the-counter things not going to cure your asthma. Number 5, asthma is all in your head. It most certainly is not in your head or just in your head. Asthma is not stage fright. It's not you being nervous. It's not you just having a little, episode. No. It is an actual condition that will affect your lungs, and in certain cases, like for severe asthma, if it goes untreated, sadly it can lead to death. So if you have asthma, use the inhaler that you have or your medication and stop trying to just clear your mind that, oh, let me just calm down. No. And if you don't have asthma, be sensitive to someone who does have asthma. No, they cannot just control it. No, they can't just look deep into their inner being, whatever. It's asthma. Give the people them inhaler. And the final myth we're going to look at is asthma is contagious. So no, you can't catch asthma from somebody. It is a non-communicable disease, meaning it is not infectious and you cannot get it from somebody. So if someone with asthma cough and it's just asthma, then you're not going to get it. Alright, so that's been the video clearing up some myths about asthma. We pharmacists want to make sure that you have all the factual information about most of the things out there. And for today, asthma. So go out there and have a great World Asthma Day, knowing that you know all of these truths about asthma, and go do your own research so you can know even more. Have a good one.